one of our recent Gene Key videos. We're so funny and cute, and I want to show it to you because, you know, I want you to have, I'm sorry, okay, where am I going to put that? I'm going to put this here. You know, I want it to, yeah, I want you to be able to see the other sides of you when we're, you know what I mean? Because I'm not talking super good, but I'm trying to see you.
I see you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so wonderful to see you.
Thank you.
If we did nothing else but gaze at each other today, I would be happy.
We can do some. I know that would make me really antsy.
It's okay. We don't need to do it. But okay. I just love seeing you. Thank you.
You know, I've noticed that I feel like people look radically different, not just based on how, like, maybe dehydrated they might be or tired, but also just, you know, I think one of the things that I love seeing in my videos and our videos, it when you're glowing, like, it's so apparent, you know, and it's just like, wow, there's no way you're sick. Like, you know, you guys keep saying, but then there's days when it's like, shit, I probably shouldn't show this one, you know, because, like, we should maybe do B-roll because, you know, I don't want to freak people out and or freak you out, or, you know, so there is definitely, I mean, I do definitely show an arc, but you know, the video that remains is heavy on the days when you're feeling good. So, you know, I want you to, like, be happy to see your stuff, you know, and not go like, God, I look like shit. I know I do that.
Well, I'm definitely going to have this David Grohl go look at some of my videos. You know, if he wants to know who I am, that's who I am.
Yeah. What do you think you would send? Would you send them Gene Keys or chakra balancing, or what do you think you would send them?
Oh, I was just going to send them to the YouTube mindbodyspa.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Yeah, God, I'm so happy how that's coming together. I'm just fucking pumped. Anyway,
I'm
so glad.
Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Have I ever told you that I believe entrepreneurship is a spiritual practice? So that's really where I'm always coming from when it's businessy stuff. Is I'm so sure that the path of entrepreneurship and creating your own path is just a really excellent external representation and positive, you know, a proof of how you are engaging with the world and with your work. So there's a direct relationship between.
I never made a whole lot of money being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's hard. It was harder. It was so much harder. I don't remember what years you were doing it, but it was so much harder then. It really was.
It was before the pandemic. I think actually I actually retired in 2010.
Okay.
And that's when I started building a healing business. And I got advice from, you know, people who know how to move entrepreneurs forward. And anyway,
they only knew how to move certain kinds of entrepreneurs forward. That's part of what I'm actually doing too, is figuring out, illustrating and modeling how atypical entrepreneurs, people who are you're creating something that's based more on your love and your essence and your true gifts to the world versus what can I sell the most of for the most profit. Profit first. Like, that's not what we're doing.
And I felt like I was a teacher. Like I knew, you know, like that's why I came into the earth to teach, you know. And so you know, and what was arising in me were the inspirations of what to teach, you know. Like it's an inspiration. It's coming from God. It's something that you know, I'm just supposed to verbalize and get out here in the world. And I mean, that's how I saw myself as a teacher. Not that I knew so much and that I had a lot to impart.
Right, right.
Not that I was teaching myself. I wasn't teaching myself. I
Right.
was, or a version of myself. I was teaching a version of whatever came out.
I love that.
And so now it's the gene keys that are coming out.
And I'll tell you that's exactly the way that I invite anyone who's kind of drawn to UI, people like us, to do business in that way. It did not work it does not work in the market economy to commodify our gifts. It doesn't. And unfortunately, up until very recently, it was pretty much impossible for very many people to understand the concept of, very many Americans, let's start with that, to understand the concept of reciprocity and the gift economy and it's now though, like that sort of stuff is possible because there's more resources out there, like Robin Wall Kimmerer books that illustrate in a less intellectual way than, say, Charles Eisenstein would, how what we're doing now will work out. It'll work out. All flourishing is mutual, and the time is now.
That's really neat. We'll have to read that book too.
Yeah. I've started highlighting little things because, it was so sweet. I will say, a culture of gratitude, where life ways are organized around recognition and responsibility for earthly gifts, both ceremony and pragmatic. Failure to show gratitude dishonors the gift and brings serious consequences. Enumerating the gifts you've received creates a sense of abundance, the knowing that you already have what you need. Recognizing enoughness is a radical act in an economy that is always urging us to consume more. The practice of gratitude puts brakes on hyperconsumption. So, you do know, because you practiced it, how to do business as a spiritual practice. Unfortunately, the world of the day then crushed your spirit and made you stop. It's good that you stopped trying. It was too big of a hill to climb.
I really never stopped trying. It was always an integrated part of my life.
I said it wrong. Yeah.
And it's not like but I wasn't going to networking meetings and things like that to try to hustle business.
No, fuck the hustle, man. Fuck it.
I called myself the body whisperer, I did healing work and reflexology with oils and yeah.
That's awesome.
And I spoke with people's bodies, and I did a form of sound healing.
Wow.
I guess it would be called singing. I never recorded it, so I don't know what it sounds like.
Well,
anyway,
awesome. I'm so excited to learn that.
That's more of my past.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it will all come into good use and support of what's moving forward. So
I think I did that for 10 years, and then I just started caregiving.
Right.
Yeah, because I was getting unemployment.
Yeah. The resources are all available to us now that never were before. Okay, so we were at the repressive nature. Is that correct?
So let's talk about Gene Key 2. And we just finished reading about the shadow of dislocation. And just a little whatever. I can't think of the word.
We don't need to. It's fine. Just do it.
One needs to really grasp this insight. You do not change your reality through doing anything. There is a perceptual shift pre-wired into the DNA of every human being, and when it is activated, it occurs in spite of you as an aspect of your biological evolution. At a certain point, your new awareness simply begins to open up. It does so gradually at first, but over time it coincides with a remarkable improvement in the quality of your life. As you see it, so it changes. Yeah. Okay. So, the repressive nature of the shadow, I don't know why I don't want to remember this word, dislocation. Dislocation. I don't think I actually feel coincident with that word, dislocation. It doesn't
Yeah. And maybe the definition that he's using, or the way he's perceiving it, maybe will become more clear as we
go on.
Yeah, as we go on.
Okay, so the repressive nature of dislocation is lost. The two pattern nuances of the second shadow, that of being lost or regimented, describe the state of the great majority of mankind. In the case of the repressed nature, being lost describes the state of being out of alignment with one's true universal destiny. The repressive nature aptly describes the path of materialism and selfishness, which follows its own path without regard to the greater environment. Our true destiny is to awaken out of our selfishness to our universality. Those with no sense of the spiritual dimension to life inhabit this state of being lost, and the byproduct of being lost is misery and suffering. Without the experience of a direct connection to the greater cosmic forces, one has nothing within to bolster one in dealing with life's trials. Life itself seems to have no purpose. Without a cosmic connection with one's being, one will always flounder in the world. I see people who are in that state. Eric. Yeah, lost, just lost.
I know, I've definitely been there.
I've been there too. And the reactive nature of dislocation is regimented. The reverse pole of this shadow is the enforcement of an external rhythm or structure over the top of life. This stems from deep anger that has never been resolved. Regimentation actually describes many of the world's great religions, which put themselves between an individual and their direct experience of the divine. Regimentation can also describe science, which attempts to organize life into some form of meaningful and logical framework. Anything that tries to control life and pin it down emerges from the reactive side of the second shadow. None of this is to say that religion and science are wrong, except when they serve to obscure the hidden harmony that lies within an individual. The true meaning and purpose of life is only to be found within one's heart, in the mystical experience of moving in perfect synchronization of all that is. The true meaning and purpose of life is only to be found within one's heart, in the mystical experience of moving in perfect synchronization with all that is. I don't know. Now we're finished now with reading about the shadow dislocation.
It seems like the first one that we've sort of like, I wouldn't say struggled, but that hasn't immediately been like, wah!
Yeah.
But also, remember, it did say, like, the first and second are crucial to the understanding of the, gene keys as a whole. And, I mean, just because it's not already, we haven't already been like, I think we will. It just hasn't quite become understanding later. And it might not also be us directly that's in this one.
It says it is all simply nuances in your biology.
That's important.
There's nothing you can do about it. So I mean, this is good information to know, but it's not necessarily something that you're just going to jump out and meditate on.
Well,
know?
But what if biology if it's all simply nuances in your biology? Well, there are a lot of influences we can have on our own biology by eating well, by sleeping well, by being in connection with others. Like, so there are a lot of ways that we can support our biology. I mean, that's how people can and do recover from serious illness, So in one sense, yeah, you think, fuck, there's nothing you can do about it. You're born with the biology you're born with. But I think when we've gone out of balance and gone into dis-ease, I think that's where we do absolutely have influence over our biology. And it creates an opportunity. It makes it easier and easier to get in that synchronistic flow, because you're clearer and clearer as you feel better and better. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. And I can really resonate with the reactive nature of regimentation, with the church, and even the order, and all of that was like kind of pretty super regimented, and then my breaking free from that so that I could have a relationship with the divine, an individual relationship with the divine. And so that's the biggest part of this second that I've really experienced is
so when you knew that you were lost from the divine because you were in a regimented structure that wasn't of your choosing. You had no did you ever have like a choice at all that wasn't regimented by the Catholic Church? And so of course you felt lost and dislocated. And returning to the one, see, you had an intuition that the access to the one was not the fucking Catholic Church.
Right.
For you. Yeah.
So do we want to go on to the gift, or should we stop there?
Well, what if we do a card reading and then, because I think a card reading is pretty high priority, and I don't want us to lose energy before we get there.
I'm kind of almost losing energy now. You know that.
Could always come back.
You look at me and you can tell.
And we also could always come back.
The other one is still on your altar.
Oh,
I wonder if we should leave it and do the cards for the week.
Yeah,
and
so there won't be
line
any
them up,
Okay.
and then we can. I think that the cards have many ways to talk to us.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
I'm glad that I don't swallow hook, line, and sinker everything that all my teachers want to tell me.
Absolutely. No, you never should.
God.
I mean, you never should. You should always be like discerning and curious about your own. You have your own background that they can't imagine.
Time something jumped out. Beginning to wonder. And it's another wand. It's the King of Wands this time.
King of Wands.
King of Wands.
Wow, so fucking many wands.
We have had
I'm so excited about
it.
I know the king is a good guy. Excited.
Well, it's pretty amazing, isn't it, that we've been getting so many wands? The four kings are all fiery individuals. They combine the element of fire with the element of their suit. And since wands is fire suit, it's a sizzling blend of fire with fire. The King of Wands is dark and noble. He holds a flowering wand and bears a ceremonial cap beneath his crown. A lion, his royal emblem, is carved into the back of the throne, and a salamander, the elemental creature of fire, stands nearby. Kings are active rulers and protectors, willing to defend their realms and dispense justice on behalf of their countrymen. Wand cards all relate to spiritual and career issues. When the King of Wands appears, you can expect your work to be defended too, even if you have to resort to self-defense or mete out your own form of justice. Traditionally, the King of Wands was said to be, I don't want to read that. Many tarot readers today believe that the King of Wands represents a strong business leader, a mentor, an entrepreneur, a business visionary, and an enthusiastic captain of industry. Dun, da, da, da.
Enthusiastic. Okay, captain of industry, and not the way we understand industry right now.
No.
Pretty much every word.
We're defining industry right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Industriousness. We're creating our own industry in a way. Yeah. Okay. So, food time maybe?
Yeah, food time.
Oh wait, no, this gotta go on the altar.
Yeah, that's going on the altar.
Awesome. Okay. All flourishing is mutual. This is important to know too. Sun is medicine, food is medicine, sleep is medicine, laughter is medicine, breath is medicine. I am medicine. Okay.
You are medicine. I take